Good morning, good people. You're tuned into Earth is Ghetto with your host, Love. And yes, it is Thursday, October 16th. I had to argue with my calendar like Friday. The calendar said, girl, be for real. So Thursday it is. If your coffee's weak, borrow some of my energy. If your boss is acting brand new, return them to sender. Today we're clocking blessings, dodging nonsense, and remembering that adulting should come with store credit and a nap. On today's menu, a little laugh therapy, a pinch of petty, and just enough motivation to keep you from emailing per my last nerve. Stretch your shoulders, unclench your jaw. This is your official reminder that you are the assignment. All right, let's do what we came to do. Buckle up, breathe deep, and tell the group chat you made it. This is Earth is Ghetto. I'm Love. It's Thursday, and we're about to make this day behave. Let's go.
Happy Thursday, guys. Sometimes I roll my eyes at Chatisha because she be trying to be funny. Because I said, do the podcast opening for Thursday. And then she made a little funny, because I was stuttering. She came with some wit. But I guess I asked her to have wit, so I get what I asked for. How y'all doing today? Happy Thursday. We're one day closer to Friday. I'm gearing up again to try to bake a cake. Let's pray that I don't smell nothing funky or nothing crazy happens. But that is what I've been doing right now. My timeline is looking at cakes and things like that. And I'm gearing up that. It's just, I hate the cooking and getting out the blender and all that, but I do have a dishwasher. I hate using my dishwasher. I'm a hand wash girly, but I don't know. It's fall. I like baking. I don't really like leaving my house anymore, so I'm thinking about cooking, but then I cook things and I don't even want them type of thing. Because I bought a store-bought cheesecake last week. I didn't even eat it. It's still sitting in my refrigerator. Just wastefulness, because I wanted homemade. So we'll see. But then my husband doesn't like cheesecake. It's too many things going on with everything. But let's get in the news, y'all, because I can ramble. I've had a lot of rambling and ranting today. I hate when this thing is in my way. All right, let's see what we got. The U.S. passport has fallen out of the top 10 most powerful passports globally in first time in 20 years. Meta Platform said on Wednesday it would invest $1.5 billion in a data center in Texas, breaking ground for its 29th facility. Spotify bans Nick Fuentes' podcast after it hits number 1 on the charts just days after being allowed on the platform. U.S. Coast Guard says that it seized over 50 tons of cocaine I always want to say cocaine, but anyway, in the Eastern Pacific Ocean. Indonesia's Mount Luwatabi Laki erupts, shooting volcanic ash more than 30,000 feet in the sky. Quavo has a chainsaw attachment on his new assault pew. Like a Gears of War type thing. It's literally, we live in a recession, right? Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said federal government shutdown is starting and cut into the muscle of the U.S. economy, costing roughly $15 billion a day. Federal judge temporarily blocks the layoffs of thousands of federal workers during the shutdown. CVS has finished buying customer prescription files from hundreds of closed Rite Aid drugstores and is now running 63 of the defunct chain locations. Los Angeles County officials voted on Tuesday to declare a state of emergency over ongoing federal immigration raids in LA. So Andre 3000 says he doesn't even know what notes he's playing on a flute. He just playing stuff, and somebody called him Black Squidward. That would be me if I decided to do an instrument. I would not want to learn nothing. I just want to do what would sound good to me, and that's my problem. But maybe not, because Andre 3000 is him. Maybe he should. Anyway, new photo reveals a swastika on an American flag that was found hanging in GOP reps Dave Taylor's congressional office. Allegedly, Rick Ross ended his relationship with his girlfriend because she refused to kiss him in public. Not her with the lips. Just okay. Paris Jackson receives $65 million as Michael Jackson estate defends attorney payouts. Ben's Original is recalling a select number of ready rice products due to possible presence of small stones. It seemed like they got little rocks in that rice anyway. This is sad. A 14-year-old boy in Missouri was pew-pewed and unalived by a stray bullet while playing video games inside of his home. So sad. New research suggests that even light alcohol consumption can increase your dementia risk. U.S. Labor Department is warning of potential food crisis linked to Trump's administration immigration raids due to resulting in worker shortage. That's how it be in them hotels, though. They be having a ton of lights just in all the random places. A former FBI agent who assaulted women in his inside his off-hours tattoo studios did so by following a diabolical plan to lure in his victims, a Maryland judge said on Tuesday. Two Alaskan villages were destroyed by remnants of a powerful typhoon that swept homes off their foundations, unaliving at least one person and displacing 1,400. The Pentagon just revoked the press badges for nearly every major news media outlet after journalists refused to sign a new policy threatening to criminalize national security reporting. A fire on Tuesday at a garment factory in Bangladesh and an adjacent chemical warehouse unalived 16 people and injured others. Kevin Federline alleges that Britney Spears stood over their sleeping sons with a knife in a shocking memoir revelation. Y'all swear, is she okay? A prominent surgeon allegedly assaulted a woman at Pew Pew Point in his apartment, according to an indictment from Manhattan District Attorney Office. Samuel L. Jackson's yearbook photo at Morehouse. I just remember him like doing something crazy at that school. Former New York Jets center Nick Mangold announced that he is in need of a kidney transplant. He's 41 years old. A Florida judge issues a restraining order against Republican Rep. Corey Mills of Florida for protection against dating violence after his ex-girlfriend accused him of threatening to blackmail her using images and videos and to physically harm anyone she dated. So Tammy Roman has sparked outrage after confirming that her daughter's girlfriend is not welcome at her graduation or family events.
Oh, I'm graduating, right? Mm-hmm. Getting my degree, and she can't be in the. She can't be there. She can't. Do you get what I'm saying? My girlfriend can't be there.
Why?
That's true. Exactly. There's moments that my people have.
Hold on,
Thank you.
Tammy.
Let's speak about it. If we're gonna speak about it, let's
Why
speak about
she can't
it.
be there?
And I knew not to even tell. I told her, but she knew. She was like, okay, I can't be there. Congrats.
With your other daughter. Oh, she's straight, right? Her boyfriend's in the past. She's never been allowed to bring her boyfriends around.
She would be.
She would be.
She would be.
And what's the difference?
Because thank you. I love it. Now we talking. What you did? You leaned in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
I'm leaning. That don't seem fair. Because there's something called confirmation bias, and when people think like you think or appear to be how you are, you're more drawn to those type of people. So my daughter is a heterosexual female. Confirmation bias allows me to accept whatever situation she's presenting versus not really understanding this moment. And so I got to take a step back and figure out how it works for me and how I can be comfortable in that moment, because there's something called mental health that we have to be concerned about. And I got to be concerned about mine. Even though I'm trying to walk with her and love her, I still got to do what's right for me as well.
Okay, but you're not graduating. She is. So
she's graduating.
Really
Okay, so to make sure that you feel the relationship is going to be lasting before you introduce them to me. Because I become involved in your situation and your life.
Wait, then I have a question.
Come on, Riley.
How long do you want to wait to meet them? Because what if you meet them and you actually don't like them, or you actually do like them? Maybe you could give some wisdom on what you actually think. Because
send me a picture. I don't need to meet. I can tell because I've been around a long time. I've been around a long time. Send me a picture and I'll tell you, get rid of that one. I know instantly. It's called wisdom. It's called discernment. Action.
Just because you say it's slow, Tammy, don't mean it's true.
It'd be okay for her to come, but not
she's not coming.
Because she shouldn't have to be in the family picture. Ain't nobody asked you for your opinion on what's happening over here. She's not coming.
She's not coming.
Okay. That's all it is to it. I don't care who feels a certain type of way about it. I just have to make sure. What? You got me started. I got to make sure that person is going to be around before they start sharing special moments with the family that I'm going to impart into my memory bank. This girl's out here, and then now 6 months later, y'all ain't together, and something done happened that it ain't right. I don't want that. I don't need to be a part of that.
Okay, so at what point?
Agree with you.
Thank you, Riley.
At what point is it gonna be okay for her to meet you?
When is
it
around?
Okay?
We got Thanksgiving coming up. She can come to Thanksgiving.
She ain't coming to Thanksgiving.
That'll be like a year, right?
No, exactly. That's a year.
I feel like a year.
That's a year for me, pretty much.
Yeah. Like,
so
they got a date.
Where we do our New Year's trip.
They got me engaged.
It's fried turkey for the people that we already knew.
So what's the problem? Because before you said it wasn't really about her lifestyle. Exactly. It was about the person. And the timing. In this situation, you're not even allowing yourself to get to know the person.
No, I will eventually get to know the person once I feel like the relationship is lasting, that they understand what it takes to be in a committed relationship.
Who are you to tell us how long that's going to take? Like, who are you in our relationship? That's what I meant. Like, to tell us how long that's going to take.
Listen, if y'all decide or y'all feel y'all have come to some place of resolve where...
Right.
8 months from now, we know we're going to be together.
That's what I meant.
Then let me see it last a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
Let me see it, evolve into something where I know the commitment and the covenant is real. So between y'all.
My only thing would be, right, and we don't want to harp on this, but do you realize how many moments that you're missing out in my life of someone that I consider special because you're not accepting
the moments that I want to have with you? I'm still having those moments.
And you put.
I mean, one, I don't believe in coming out. I feel like that's a weird concept anyway. Because, are we all supposed to come out straight too? Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
So I don't even feel like that conversation is needed. And, so I feel like some people like to have that conversation. It makes them feel better. But me, I don't really think it's necessary. And two, I mean, if she put me in a position to not let myself be happy and to make me choose all the time, it would just make me miserable. So I just let her do it.
She probably is miserable, but I don't care. But I want to hear.
I'm so miserable.
She is miserable. I don't give a fuck. I do want to say something.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not miserable. But when there's hard decisions,
Yeah.
I always am going to pick her. Always. That's my mom.
Yeah.
But it does sometimes like, well, you can't come, babe. Sorry. It sucks. So,
Babe sucks so much. I do want to say one thing though. Coming out is the phrase that is used only because there is, unfortunately, a societal norm, right? So nobody has to come out and say they're straight because the societal norm is everybody is, right? That's why they have that phrase. I know you think it's weird, but it's like I have to let everybody know I'm going against what y'all
Against the grain.
Yeah, against the grain. What y'all in society want. I think that's the reason why that phrase
I think
is
it's
used.
a generation thing for sure.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Growing up in this household, do you have that same approach?
I don't feel like if I was to date a woman, I don't feel like I'd sit down and be like, look, mom, we're gonna have this long, lengthy conversation. I feel like I'd just be like, hi,
Here's so and so.
you would just pop up with the woman?
Right.
Yeah.
And do you think
something she was
and do you think that's because your mom comes from a space that is completely polar opposite of me?
No.
So you're comfortable
I think it's because
doing that.
I think I'm comfortable having other people be uncomfortable.
Oh.
So I can be comfortable.
I need to be like
She
that.
is.
I admire that about her is that she puts herself 1st, but it also gets on my fucking nerves.
I mean, I think this is an amazing conversation. And Tammy's getting a lot of outrage by it, but Tammy should just say, I don't like anybody, because that's how I am. I don't think anybody's good enough for my boys. And I really don't want to meet anybody until you about to marry them. I mean, obviously, I'm like Tammy. I can see a picture and be like, I don't like that person. I'm very biased when it comes to my boys and people my sisters date. Like, but it's not because I'm some kind of phobic. I just don't like people. Off bat, my always first reaction is I don't like them. And so until it's really serious and y'all about to get married, like, I don't want to see a boyfriend or girlfriend at none of my precious events like Thanksgiving. Now, the graduation, that was her moment. She should have been able to have her girlfriend there. And the girl's 29. Like, come on, Tammy. The girl almost 30 years old. How you gonna tell her girlfriend can't get her graduation? That's wild. That her daughter needs to, like, cut the cord. That's more of her daughter's doing, because the girl's 29. Like, she just have to be like, Mom, she coming, so get over it. But I don't think Tammy's homophobic. I think she just don't like anybody. And we've known that about Tammy forever. She don't like anybody. So I think she's kind of getting a lot of hate for no reason. A rare bird spotted in the backyard in Texas is the first known blue jay green. Blue jay, green jay hybrid in the wild. Okay. Far-right U.S. influencer Candace Owens has lost her bid to enter Australia after the country's highest court backed the government's decision to deny her a visa over concerns she could incite discord. Jack Smith breaks his silence and reveals he had tons of evidence in the criminal case against Trump and that Eileen Cannon dismissed the evidence. Just in, Kansas young Republicans were deactivated Tuesday after a political investigation uncovered racist messages in a group chat among GOP members in 4 states. Black China sparks rumors of rekindling that old thing with Rob Kardashian. Former NFL and college football coach Matthew Wise is accused of stealing the private, intimate messages and images of student athletes. Wise pleaded not guilty to the charges and is fighting to have some of them dropped.
Results in Germany. I saw this picture on social media and thought it was pretty funny. It begs the question, are you afraid to sit on public toilets? There's 3 reasons why you should not be afraid to sit on public toilets. Firstly, your skin is a strong barrier. Simply sitting on a toilet seat rarely results in germ transmission into our body. Secondly, most toilet germs quickly die when exposed to dry surfaces. And thirdly, there are a lot of surfaces that we commonly come in contact with that have more germs than toilet seats. Your computer mouse, your computer keyboard, TV remote, and your cell phone is 125 times dirtier than a toilet seat. Even grosser than that, door handles, shopping cart handles, and light switches are 105 times dirtier than toilet seats. A little bit nastier, restaurant menus, 925 times dirtier than toilet seats. Your kitchen towel or dish rag, 2,000 times dirtier than a toilet seat. Then we have the absolute worst. Gas pump handles, 10,000 times dirtier. Office desks, 50,000 times dirtier. And your kitchen sponge, 50,000 times dirtier than a public toilet seat. Bottom line, it's not toilet seats that are making us sick. It's poor bathroom habits. Usually people not washing their hands. 50% of men do not wash their hands after using the bathroom, 25% of women. And only a very small percentage of people wash their hands correctly with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. So we should not be afraid of toilet seats. We should be afraid of dirty hands.
Hear me out. I cleaned my desk, my keyboard, my remote controls, my light switches, my chairs, my counters, my sponge. But a toilet seat at a public place, I don't know how often that's getting wiped down. So I'm gonna be hovering. I get what he's saying. More than a dozen protein powders tested for toxic metals were found to have unsafe or concerning amounts of lead. 9-time NBA All-Star Russell Westbrook has agreed on a deal to the Sacramento Kings. Russell gonna keep earning that money. He said, I don't know what the heck is going on. London has been plagued by increasingly brazen thieves, often masked on e-bikes, who have become adept at snatching phones from residents and tourists. About 80,000 phones were stolen. They over there doing it. Haitian gangs' growing recruitment of children means it's inevitable that minors will be caught in the crossfire, a UN official said on Tuesday, vowing to train armed personnel who deploy to fight those gangs as part of a newly mandated force. Kim and these hairy thongs. This girl says that when a customer asks for a large instead of a medium, they just playing y'all and put more ice in there. Don Staley pretty much responding to NBA hiring a female coach, and I don't know why they haven't. Don Staley, whose record precedes itself, and there's so many female college coaches that is something that I don't, because we have like NFL female referees and stuff, but basketball, with the success of women's basketball, I don't know why we don't have a women's NBA coach. We'll see NFL, but basketball, why not? Baseball too. Supreme Court hints at slashing key voting right protections to help black voters. Rihanna made history again. Fenty named one of the time's greatest inventions. NBC News layoffs hit diversity teams, hard-cutting staffs behind NBC Black, Latino, Asian American, and out. Kim Kardashian reveals that Kanye hasn't seen the kids in a few months. He said they was on his list of people that disappointed him. Nicki Minaj says she's no longer coming out with her album in March now that she's been getting robbed. Would you rather be loved and broke or rich and lonely? I'd be loved and broke, because being lonely is just really sad. So this is a time I'm gonna have to choose love. Even though I asked my husband the other day, I said, babe, for $25 million, would you be mad if I never talked to you again? Because that was like a question I read the other day. My husband always chooses me. He never just, like, my husband, one thing about him, he knows how to dodge every question that I ask him. Like, he's not getting himself in a trick bag. Me, on the other hand, I'm always like, let me think about it. But I'll be like, 25 million, would you? No. I'm like, dude, that's $25 million. But, yeah. Guess he ain't going nowhere. This Arizona dad faces unalignment charges after leaving his 2-year-old in a hot car. Very sad. Because he was out watching corn and drinking. His wife defends him. Said he made a mistake. I don't know why the wife would do that. Nancy Pelosi was arguing with the reporters. Angel Reese had her walk down the Victoria's Secret fashion show. She looked good. Go Angel. People be hating on Angel, but Angel be getting to the bag. Diddy, once he gets out, he must submit to random searches and will have to participate in drug abuse and mental health programs following being released from prison. New York man arrested after allegedly kidnapping a woman and forcing her to go on a cross-country crime spree. Victim says she was burned with cigarettes and curling iron in an attempt to make her cooperate and repay her debt. So she owed him money, but how did he have that curling iron plugged up in that car? Britney Spears addresses her relationship with her sons and said they were white lies. She said the constant gaslighting from her ex-husband. And Kevin, listen, the child support's ended for Kevin, so he might need to make a quick buck. That could be what's going on. That definitely could be. I knew once that check stopped, he was going to have to do something. Ice Cube is teaming up with Scarface for a new album. What is a good topping for some mac and cheese that isn't breadcrumbs? Nothing. Just more cheese. There needs no more toppings. Y'all be doing too much. All right, let's get in my story time, y'all. Don't mind my recipes. Like I said, I was in my recipe bag. I got a lot saved. I got chicken. I got pie. So just look past all this because I gotta save it.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available with 22...
Why is y'all arguing in that pool in another country? The little bro had a wasp. You know, every time I think, like, maybe when I retire, I might get a motorcycle. It's stuff like this that I don't want to do it no more. I just, You
done? Give me a quick shake. You good? All done. Sure. Put me away. was that? Oh no! Bro, what the fuck? That wasn't me. Dude. That was flashback. No, it was not. Maybe you should have worn dark pants. Man, we were at the middle urinal after a movie. Okay, this is prime time. Oh, fuck. Look at my pants, man. Everyone's gonna see.
Are you embarrassed of me?
No.
Then let them see. I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Won't happen again. When do we get to copulate tissues?
Not now, later.
Okay. I am God.
No, you're not.
All right.
Got it.
Okay, just
Try to
stuff me back in there. Put me back in there.
ass out.
Somehow.
Tuck it in.
Okay.
Shift.
All right.
When do we copulate tissues? She's got horsepower. She's got some horsepower, right?
Put a finger down if you do naked new room massages and one of your regulars hit you up. When you get to his house, he texts you and say, the door's already unlocked. We love a man that already know what he want. When I got upstairs, he was butterball ass naked. Alright? Cool. Have no fear. Your favorite massage therapist is here. Alright? So I get butterball ass naked because I want to let him see the bad bitch that I am. I want you to get your money's worth, babe, because you do pay the top of the line dollar. Okay? Cool. So as he's laying there butterball ass naked and I'm standing up massaging, doing my motherfucking fantastic job, I stand in front of him. I got this little trick I do where I put fat in their face so they can know that bitch don't stink. She's clean. Alright, pH on chef's kiss. You want to eat her? Cool. And bitch, don't be y'all making too much noise. Because if y'all wake y'all motherfucking nephew up on this motherfucking FaceTime, bitch, y'all coming to motherfucking babysit. So anyways, as I put my big old titty bitties on his back, bitch, he was like, you trying to make some extra money? I was like, I'm a boss ass bitch. Of course I want to make extra money. So he was like, I got $1,500 for you if you do this kink I like. And I was like, what? He was like, put your finger up mine. Who am I to deny this man a good time? I was like, shit, send me my money. So, of course, he sent the motherfucking funds. The receipts is there if a hoe ever want to motherfucking try me. Nothing could have prepared me for this, though. As I go to ease my finger up his rectum, bitch, off whip or bust that badussy, funky ass, musty ass balls. Smell like he been playing in a bad bitch, a raunchy ass, sour ass pussy. Bitch smell like she got trichomonas and some more shit. Bitch, I got a whiff. I never smelled them before. But when I went to go open up them cheeks to put my finger up his rectum, I said, So, bitch, then when I go put my finger up his ass, why the fuck he short on my motherfucking finger?
Exactly.
Bro, fucked up people always in a fucking relationship. Like a motherfucker who beats his bitch always got a bitch to beat. Or a bitch who fucking does nothing for his fucking man always got a man to do nothing for. What the fuck is goddamn wrong with this world, bro?
Real.
I don't know what possessed me to do this, but we got somebody in our home. This little dude is terrified out his mind. But we're going to take him to the emergency exotic vet tomorrow. And we're just going to drop him off there and see what they could do for him. He tweaking out. He don't like, what the fuck? He never been in the human home before. He's like... Look at him. But his wing is so messed up. I couldn't bear to leave him out there. And plus, they had a cat messing with him. And I didn't know how the streets was going to treat him. So I brought him home. And he going to chill tonight. Probably right in that spot. Standing the way he is.
Girl. Somebody says he's literally watching you like a hawk. Calling him somebody is taking me out. I know he said tomorrow. Like, you keeping me till tomorrow? He don't trust y'all. She's got a good heart.
When I worked at Chick-fil-A, I would racially profile people. Please let me cook for once. I promise this is not derogatory. Everything I am about to share is merely an observation. It's not me perpetuating a stereotype or making a generalization about any kind of race or ethnicity. I'm simply presenting an experience that I have had. Take it or leave it. So what I noticed is that certain demographics have a very specific kind of order. For instance, Hispanic people would usually come in and get a spicy deluxe with lemonade and buffalo sauce. Those three items were ordered together specifically by Hispanic people all the time. And again, not every time, but that combination, 95% of the time, if it was ordered, was by a Hispanic person. And in hindsight, it makes sense because Hispanic cuisine is typically on the spicier end. So it makes sense that they would prefer spicier food. Again, not all Hispanic people, but enough to notice a trend. So sometimes if I'm like taking orders in the drive-thru, right, and I see a Hispanic customer in my line, I'll go ahead and put in a spicy deluxe with lemonade and buffalo sauce in there. And sometimes I was wrong, but it was a little satisfying when they would roll up and I'd say, hey, what can I get for you? And they tell me that exact order that I've already put in there. And I say, great, what else for you? And then I get their payment and go about their day. But sometimes I was wrong, but a lot of times I wasn't. Before I share this next anecdote, allow me to look inward for a moment. White people, when we go to Mexican restaurants, disproportionately, what do we order? ACP. Why? Because it's the blandest thing on the menu. Is it good as hell? Yes. But I understand that white people, we don't have good food culture unless you're in the South, and country cooking is a different thing. Back at Chick-fil-A, what I noticed among black customers is they would pick Polynesian sauce disproportionately over any other one. And hyper-specific drink order, it was either blue Powerade with no ice or high C with no ice. And that is the most interesting part about all of this to me, because I can sense the link between Hispanics ordering spicier food, but I don't sense the link between black people ordering a fruit drink with no ice. And so that's the part, like, maybe there's no correlation at all. I just want to see if there is one. That's like, from an anthropological perspective, this interests me so much. So please, this is out of curiosity. I just think it's fun to think about and hypothesize why it might be the case. So if there are any black Chick-fil-A customers out there, or just black people in general, who may be able to shed some light on what that is, or why that is, or if that is, I'd appreciate it. Again, last time I'll say this, just because I don't want to get canceled. I'm so fascinated by this topic, and I'm not trying to make any kind of stereotype or try to like belittle any race or anything, because
he's very brave for making this video. I personally do not like Polynesian sauce, but I do like a flavored drink. I'm very much well, no, when I go to Chick-fil-A, y'all know I get the lemonade, like the $13 gallon lemonade. But if I were to go somewhere else, I'm a Fanta loving queen in high C. Somebody said so many of us silently struggle with not racist. I'm autistic and have a great pattern recognition. Sigh, I'm a Polynesian sauce, no ice, black as well. No ice equals more drink. I don't even know what AC. Oh, it's Arroz con Polo. I ain't never heard of that. Somebody said this isn't racial profiling, it's data and analytics. Somebody said it's because the Powerade High C is reminiscent of Kool-Aid, no ice because you get more drink and it doesn't get watered down. No, I mean, I don't think he's racist for being curious about this. I've been asked before, why do black people like grape pop, orange pop? I hate orange pop personally, but black people, we just like sweets. I don't know why. I don't know.
Holy cow, look at all of them. They're everywhere. They're on the cars too. I have never seen anything. Not moving an inch. We're not going anywhere.
This will make me pray so hard, because I just would know that this is the end. This is what, to me, the apocalypse look like.
Okay, so I thought this was just a leak from the rain up here. Turns out, though, a homeless man has been living in the attic and has been peeing in that spot for a couple weeks now. So, at least there's a designated bathroom spot up there. I'm gonna go figure this out, though. Okay, so
Someone said technically he's not homeless. And why are you standing under it? Somebody said you're so unbothered. Somebody said, so it was a leak? A bunch of leaks. Alright, y'all. I'm pleased with my story time today. There was nothing too crazy except for the girl sticking her finger up somebody's rectum. But I'll watch these when y'all watch them. But I've been trying to go by the comments and see how crazy they are. Anyway, that is the end of the show, y'all. Inspiration's on the way. Y'all stay so blessed.
Was built before 2019, I want to buy your house.
Grab your Bible, go to Genesis chapter 12. Genesis chapter 12. If you can't find Genesis, we in trouble. Just open the Bible. Genesis chapter 12. And let's start with verses 1 through 3. I want to start a new series today entitled Blessed. It's just certain words you can't say around people who got a relationship with God. Blessed, 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 blessed. Genesis chapter 12. I want to read verses 1 through 3. And today I want to read from the NASB 95 edition. Look at what it says. Now the Lord said to Abram, go forth from your country and from your relatives and from your father's house. Leave everybody to the land which I will show you. Here's enough to tear the whole church up. And I will make you a great nation. Here's another one. And I will bless you. And I'm going to make your name great. And so you shall be a blessing. Verse 3 is the one that make me run. I will bless those who bless you. And the ones who curse you, I'll curse. And in you, all the families of the earth will be blessed. You're not too mean. Look at somebody and say, stick close to me. Because God's about to bless me in such a way that everything attached to me gonna be blessed. Slap 5 people a high five and tell them I'm blessed. I'm blessed. You may be seated. I want to talk today from the topic, man, it feels good to be home. I want to talk today from the topic, blessed, and everybody who blessed said. So I want you to take really good notes. Take really good notes, okay? Why do I want you to take really good notes? Because I really believe that what I'm about to say is tantamount to what God is about to do in your life. Hear me when I say this. So let's start by defining blessed biblically. You ready? Let's define blessed biblically. Biblically, the definition for blessed is a Hebrew word, barak. It's on the screen. Barak. Barak. In the Hebrew, blessed is barak, which means what, Pastor Mike? To kneel, to empower, to prosper, to speak well of. So biblically, when we say blessed, you're using a Hebrew word, which is barak. It means to kneel. In your notes, you'll write kneel, which means humility. It means to come before God in humility. You've seen this in movies growing up, that when a knight got ready to be promoted, he would kneel and he would somewhat bless them for promotion. It means to come into humility. It also means, here's something for 7 of y'all, to empower to prosper. So when somebody says, I bless you, what they're saying is, no, I am empowering you to do more than you thought you could do. But then number 3, it means to speak well of. This is why at funerals, one of the things I'm starting to implement at Rock City is that a preacher from our church will preach to the living, but I can't give a eulogy to the dead. See, eulogy comes from the word euglios, which means to bless, which means to speak well of. And so what happens is at your funeral, somebody should speak the blessing. They should euglios you. That means to speak well of you. So the biblical definition, because we got this game twisted, the biblical definition of blessed means to kneel, to empower, to prosper, to speak well of. PMJ, what's our definition for this series? All right, I'm gonna give you my definition. Bless, before you get it, isn't about what you have. It's about who I am when I'm aligned with God. Oh, that's good. Blessed isn't about what I have. It's about who I am when I am aligned with God. To be blessed means, it's a heavy definition. Please take a picture of the screen, put it in your notes. To be divinely positioned, internally strengthened, and externally favored to accomplish God's purpose in your life. Oh, that's good right there. I'm going to say it again. It means to be divinely positioned, internally strengthened, and externally favored. I'm going to say it again. It means to be divinely positioned, internally strengthened, and externally favored to accomplish God's purpose in my life. Let's try this again. It means to be divinely what? Okay, put this in your notes under divinely positioned, okay? To be blessed means to be divinely positioned. What does that mean, Pastor Mike? That means God puts me where he wants me, not where I plan to be. Michael, it means God puts me where he wants me, not where I plan to be. Why is that important, PMJ? Because the blessing starts with placement. Put that in your phone. The blessing starts with placement. Why? Because if I'm in position, provision will find me. I'm in the wrong church already. So what does it mean? So when I say divinely positioned, that means God puts me where he wants me, not where I plan to be. Can I speak to 3 people who may be frustrated right now because your plans ain't working? Here it is now, you had plans of where you would be by now, and you wrote in your little journal, by now I'm going to be XYZ. By the end of the year, I'm going to be doing so-and-so, so-and-so. By 38, I'm going to be so-and-so, so-and-so. By 44, I'm going to be 66, so-and-so. And God is like, those plans are cool, but to be blessed means you're not where you plan to be. It's where you are, where I want you to be. And I'm going to say this, and 3 of y'all going to catch it. In my 20s, it was all about my plans. In my 30s, it was all about my plans. But now that I'm 40 shorty, God, wherever you want to put me. I'm preaching to 3 of y'all already. Because I've discovered even if your plan worked the way you wanted your plan to work, it pales in comparison to what God really wants to do in your life. You don't believe me, do you? Ask the children of Israel. Their plan would have been to get out of bondage. Their plan would have been to get out of bondage. God says, nah, I'm going to leave you in bondage a little bit longer. Their plan would have been to get out of bondage. God says, no, I'm going to leave you in bondage a little bit longer. Their plan, Michael, would have been to get out of bondage. God gets them out of bondage. Their plan worked, but then they didn't plan on their enemies chasing them. They didn't plan to have a mountain on the right and a mountain on the left. They didn't plan to have a Red Sea in front of them. So they sitting there like, this ain't what I planned. But God is like, you right where I want you to be. Because all you wanted to do was get out. But I knew your plan had a flaw in it. See, your plan was to get some money. God's plan is for you to keep your money. I don't know who I'm preaching to, but I dare you just shout, God, it's your plan. So it's divinely positioned. Ooh, that's good. To be blessed means to be divinely positioned. It means, the second one, internally strengthened. Bro, this cold. It's eternally strengthened because it's on the screen. Before God gives me things, he gives me strength. We didn't make it out of this part at 8 a.m. this morning because often before God gives me things, he gives me strength. Why, Pastor Mike? Because the true sign of blessings isn't that life gets easier. It's that you get stronger. I think I'm going to have church by myself today. I'm going to say that again. The true sign that you are blessed is not that life got easier. It's the fact that you got stronger. Why, PMJ? Because when we trace blessings throughout the scripture, we see that God's favor often adds strength before he adds stuff. You might want to write that. When we look at blessings throughout the Bible, we see a pattern that God's favor often adds strength before he adds stuff. And some of y'all losing your mind because you keep chasing stuff, but you ain't got no strength. So the reason God gives you strength before he gives you stuff is because if he gave you stuff before he gave you strength, you wouldn't be able to keep it when the devil tried to take it. So in this season of your life, you may not have the stuff, but if God mess around and give me some strength, I don't know who I'm preaching to right there, but I think you sat next to an undercover hater, so just reach over that hater and shout, he's making me stronger. That's the wrong somebody. Tell somebody else, he's making me stronger. How do I know I'm stronger? Because the old me would have lost it based off of what I was going through. But the new me walking around like God gonna fix this thing. The old me would have called my ex 6 weeks ago, but the new me like, let me go take a shower and go to eat. I'ma be all right. And I don't know who I'm preaching to. Everybody wants stuff, but who can jump up and shout, God, give me strength? I'm in the wrong church already. I'm in the wrong church already. You don't believe me, God gives you strength. My God, before he gives you stuff. See, the younger you wanted the stuff. The new you gonna want the strength. Because I discovered even when I had the stuff, I was weaker than I ever was. Could take myself out to eat whenever I wanted to, but was lonely. Could buy whatever I want, but was depressed. Was driving nice, but didn't have nobody to come with me. And God said, in this season of your life, I am not making you richer, I am making you stronger. Yeah, y'all, I should have came up there and preached with y'all today. Hear me when I say this, you don't believe me. Because when we look at the Bible, we see a pattern of God giving people strength before he gives them stuff. Y'all still don't believe me. Joseph was blessed, but he was betrayed and imprisoned. So the blessing gave him strength to remain faithful. Mary was blessed and highly favored, yet she had to carry the weight of a scandal. The blessing gave her strength to endure. So biblically, are you taking notes? Barak, which means to be blessed, doesn't mean more comfort. I'm gonna preach to y'all, forget them. Blessings don't mean comfort. I'm finna run. It means more capacity. Okay, they didn't shout like I thought they were gonna shout. I'm gonna talk to y'all. Blessings don't mean more comfort. It means more capacity. So when I look at you and say you blessed, I am not saying, God, give them enough money so they can be comfortable. I'm not saying give them a job so they can be comfortable. I'm saying, Lord, if you don't do nothing else, increase their capacity. Y'all miss what I just said. Increase their capacity. And I speak over your life. See, you just made that mistake. I've been telling you for 5 years, if you're going to be blessed, there's a front side and a backside to blessings. The front side is he going to increase your capacity, but that means there's a backside to it. So you over here shouting like he going to give me more money. He also going to give you more haters. He going to give me more peace, but he also may give you more trauma. And see, I've discovered there are only 2 types of people. Some of y'all can only shout for the front side. But 6 of us done live long enough to give God a backside praise. Yeah, yes, I've had some good days, but I've also had some bad days. Yes, God has given me promotion, but I've also lost a lot. I wonder if I got anybody who can shout that God's given me more capacity.